Hi guys, it is me again, obviously. I'm gonna have to work on my intro. But today's video is a kind of get ready with me, but I wanted to do one of my manifestations in 2023. If you've followed me or you follow me now, I started my YouTube channel as a manifesting channel to just kind of like bring you along with my life and like hit goals and attain goals and how I can attain those. One of those was at the end of 2023, I really wanted to transition into an easier makeup. I wanted to get a new fresh routine. I'd done the same thing for years and years and years. Some of these products, some of the old products specifically, I've had since I was 18 and I'm almost 31. So if that like tells you anything. So this also is like my mommy makeup. So this is my everyday. Love this routine. We'll be doing it for the future. As far as I can tell, I may change one or two things just for fun, but I love this. I love this look. I love this makeup. I love how my skin looks. I love how it treats my face. I love how easy and quick it is. And so I have finally transitioned out of the makeup I don't want to use anymore and found a routine that I just adore and love. And I have actually been doing this routine for months, but I'm finally filming it because mainly I'm not pregnant. So funny thing, I've filmed this before and I was so puffy. I just couldn't, I just was like, no, we're gonna wait. So yeah, we're gonna just jump right in. I'm going to say the products to the best of my ability and, you know, like, comment, whatever, but let's go. Okay, so we're just gonna jump right in. I hope the cinematic feature works. New to recording, obviously. So first things first is we're gonna set with just kind of like, start with setting our face. So on my quick everyday makeups, I do not use a primer. I think primers can be really sticky and tacky on me. And just with the products in combination, I just would rather do this. I literally just use my setting spray as a preset. I use the All Nighter by Urban Decay. And I'm gonna use that afterwards as well. I do have a shirt on, just a tube top, so I don't get makeup on my shirt I'm gonna wear tonight for dinner. Okay, so getting into it. So one of my favorite products I've used in a really long time, I'm gonna use this one actually, is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. I know this is like, I hope you can get this. So anyways, this has been my favorite for my skin. If you see me looking down, so I have a mirror right here. I feel like this is so flattering on my skin, especially for just like a summer look. It's got a glow. It makes me look a little bit tan. I'm not a huge fan of the applicator, but all in all, the product is so pretty. It's not a heavy foundation. I can still see my freckles. I can still see my moles. If you are a moley gal, don't be covering those up. I used to try and cover up my moles when I was younger. Stupid of me, because I love my moles. It just has this really nice dewy finish. Also, I'm barely swiping. I'm like tapping and doing a little bit of a swipe. I don't want to really make my skin on my face angry by kind of like pulling out the barrier. And if you can see, I'm really red right here. It actually does. I've been having like a really weird red splotch on my face, and I think it's because I'm having a slight reaction to the orange juice I've been drinking in the morning. I haven't had orange juice for a year, so. And I have this weird allergy to certain fruits, and I grow allergies over time, so that's probably it. Obviously getting the hairline, getting the ear, getting the chin and neck, blending that in. Brush wise, I'm just using like a flat kabuki. None of my brushes are really nice. This is a Sigma brush, which I do like that brand a lot for brushes, but all my other brushes mainly are just like Amazon brushes. So I don't know if you can tell. I'm using the natural light in this room, but also I have a ring light on because the natural light, the sun is like really going in and out. I'm gonna have to fix that hair. Did not curl it good. So it's kind of like going light to dark. So I am with the ring light, but I don't know if you can tell, this has just got like such a glowy finish. This is like my favorite thing. I do have a full coverage foundation that I will use on nights I'm like going out or I'm doing like an event or something like that. Like, but all in all, this is again, everyday mom makeup, quick makeup. So for eyebrows, I do prep my eyebrows next. So I actually use the NYX, I don't know if it's like Thick It Stick It or just Thick It or Stick It, I don't know, but I just call it Thick It Stick It. So this is in black. My eyebrows are normally dyed. My eyebrows for some reason naturally are really light, and my natural hair is almost as dark as black. So I think that's weird, but I do use this I use it lightly. I'm not heavy-handed with this because it's black. I don't want it to get on my skin necessarily. So I try to stay very light-handed when fluffing up my eyebrows. But I really just use this to kind of make them look a little bit thicker because it's adding in that black pigment, but also gain some control of the shape of my eyebrows. I grew up in the 2000s, and I can't believe, early 2000s, like Y2K, cannot believe my eyebrows are as fluffy as they are now because I did not have eyebrows in high school. Same thing with this side. When I first get these bottles, if you do a pigment and you have not used this, if you use like a brown or a red, when you first open the bottle, even though it seems like kind of a waste of product, it's so cheap, it's, in my opinion, fine. I actually will wipe the spoolie off on a napkin so I get rid of any heavy, clumpy, thick pigment so I don't go over the top and it doesn't look crazy, if that makes sense. So I'm not done with my eyebrows, but I want to do this before I do my next step. So the next thing I'm going to do is my contouring. I have a love-hate relationship with contour, and I've been figuring out, in my 30s, I've been figuring out, like, I was a loyal powder girl through and through. Every product I had was powder, and it's weird transitioning into these like creamier, more liquid products, but I genuinely enjoy this. This is the Milk Makeup Contour Stick. I use the shade Toasted. It's a very cool toned. My skin, to me, has a very yellow undertone, and I feel like it kind of pulls, I can kind of pull warm or cool, but I really like cool tones on my skin for the most part. Now with this, I like to work with it when it's really warm on the skin, so when it like first gets on the skin. So I'm just using another kind of like kabuki brush. It's slightly angled. So I am going to contour first. That's just like my favorite part to do. So I honestly go like one section at a time. So I'm gonna do my cheeks first. While it's like nice and warm on the skin, it's gonna be more easy to like move. I'm gonna kind of blend it in where it is, but then I'm gonna start pulling it down. Same kind of brush technique I used in the last product. I'm pushing it and doing a light pull. Not pull, like, I can't say pull. I'm gonna get that in my hairline so there's no line. I use a lot of contour on my cheeks because I have very like round cheeks naturally. Also, I hope this video is good because I filmed this twice now, because the first time I filmed it, I was actually still pregnant and my face was just so puffy. And like looking back, trying to edit it, I was just like, this is not it for me. And the lighting was weird that day again, so. I just got such a good blend, especially using the glow, the Halo Glow. It has got such a good blend. So next things next, I'm gonna use it on my forehead. I usually pull my hair back, but I just did my hair and I don't want to like fuck it up. So For me, honestly, contouring too, don't just contour how I contour with placement, because it's going to just depend on what you want to hide and what you want to accentuate. Also, I used to be a makeup artist. I went to school for makeup. I used to do like some weddings and parties and events. Been in the makeup industry almost my whole life until probably the last 5 years. I just kind of, it's just not for me anymore. I like doing it for myself. Then I'm gonna go in and do my chin. This is hard with the mirror down here. Again, I'm just placing it where I think it is best suited. I do not naturally have a snatch jawline, so I'm trying to make it look like I've got one. I'm gonna drag the rest of this down a little bit, kind of in this crevice. And I feel like also my makeup routine is pretty affordable. I actually really do love like the drugstore brands like e.l.f. and NYX. I think they've made such a transition since I first started using them in like middle school. When I was in high school, e.l.f. was like the cheap girl brand. Now I'm like, move out of the way. I love e.l.f. So I think I've gotten most of what I want contoured. Gotta hide that double chin. Last thing I'm gonna do is my nose. I just do a little bit on, I have like slightly a bulbous nose. It just kind of like sticks out a little bit right here. So for me personally, I just like to slim that down a hair. I don't need to go all the way in, but this product moves nice enough that I can use the excess and kind of then move it up and manipulate it basically. Use the extra in the crease of my eye. All right, I'm happy with that. My mirror's kind of far away, so. Next thing I go in and do is blush. I never used to wear blush. I hate pink tones and really warm tones on me. Like I said earlier, I like cool tones. So I was just not a blush girly, never liked it. I stayed with my contour and bronzer and that was it. Again, getting older and transitioning into like what I like now, I have found a color I actually can tolerate that I do, because I do want to put a little bit of color back in my face when you're contouring and brightening with concealer. So I use the e.l.f. liquid blush. This is Dusty Rose. I feel like it's kind of got that mauve-y tone. So you know there's like a splash of like blue in the mixture somewhere. Just using a fluffy e.l.f. brush. This is a Flawless face brush. And yeah, I'm just going in with it. Kind of doing like a crescent shape. Going a little bit around my eye. Same thing over here. Like, I don't know if you can tell, this one is just not staying out and it's not staying away. Use a little bit extra on my nose. Okay, so right now I look a little sunburned, but this is going to go away here in a moment because I'm gonna go in with my concealer. Die-hard fan of this, have never switched it. I've been using this product since I was 18 years old. I'm 30, almost 1. So this is NARS Creamy Concealer. I use the shade Light 2.5 Creme Brulee. So I have like my placement again where I like it and it just always has gone there. If you have dogs, I mean, I can't stand how many freaking hairs I find in my mascara and concealer. So I'm gonna use it in this area, kind of with, it's got a little bit more coverage. Use it on the tip of my nose. I do have a couple of like zits, I guess. And they're not really like small blemishes. But I just don't feel like covering those up because I don't really like need to. I'm gonna do this, give myself a little bit of an eye lift. I also, you will not see me use a sponge on my everyday makeup because it's an everyday makeup. I don't want to worry about running and getting my sponge wet under a sink. I don't have a sink in this room. I want to just sit down and do my makeup. I love using the sponge when I do my full coverage foundation, but not for this. And that was like also a big thing with me, like playing with new makeups, getting into new products, was the fact that I kind of hated using a sponge at one point. For that reason, like I'm like, I don't want to freaking stand over the bathroom sink wait for it to get like a good temp. Like, just not for me. So this is gonna mattify it a little bit as well as have a little bit of extra coverage. So if you can see where I'm placing it, I'm kind of going over that blush slightly and like really like kind of diluting it. I like to take extra too, just kind of go under my contour slightly. Before I do my under eyes, which I will do my under eyes, I'm gonna get the product after that ready. So I have eye hair on my nose. It's on my face somewhere. Gosh darn it. I'm gonna get my filing product ready because I do have some under eye like creases, and I do set those because that's just what works for me. So I use the e.l.f. Halo Glow setting powder. Love this stuff as well. So I'm just gonna get a little bit ready in the lid, and I use this brush to apply it under my eyes. So I mainly stick with my concealer kind of really like right next to my nose, and then I'll work it out and up because I get so red right on the sides of my nose, which drive me insane personally. Yeah, I'll just pick it up and start bringing it where I want it. Then taking the extra, kind of diluting the blush a little bit. So you can still see there's blush. You can still see there's a little bit of like a rouge there to give me some color, but it's not, I don't look sunburnt. Again, we're at 16 minutes, but if I was trying to be quick and I was not explaining all this, it's usually under 20-minute routine altogether. So I'm just gonna take that setting powder, get the dog hair out of this brush, and I'm just gonna gently set my under eye. I'm not going hard. I don't wanna like necessarily like kick it on. This little amount with where I placed my concealer, I don't go heavy right under my eye with the concealer because I have the creases. Then I'll usually just take any extra and kind of like, anytime where I would like get like some wrinkles maybe going in there and just setting that. And it's mattifying it slightly again, but I still have this like natural glow. So I'm going to finish my eyebrows. I am using a NYX brow pencil. I think this is in Granite. Not gonna look. Definitely gonna have to get, you know, I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna have to do this kind of to the side because I've got to see these bad boys. So usually I just fill the front slightly, and then I'll kind of start going in. Where I lack is like my eyebrows are not long. They're not elongated. They stop a little bit shorter than where I'd want them to stop naturally. I also don't mind that my eyebrows don't look like super real. So like on the front half, it's like fluffy and natural, and then it's like more cleaned up. It's like a mixture of what I used to do, what I do now, and I'm like a little bit punk rock, so I like my eyebrows looking sharp. That's just, I can't do the like fluffy brow. It's just not for me. I think it looks beautiful on other people, not on me. I like my sharp eyebrows that look like I drew them on. Okay, let's switch. This is my favorite eyebrow. It just works better. It's natural shapes a little better. That one went a little too long, but that's just because of how I'm doing this. But have no fear, gonna clean her up, and then I'm gonna use concealer because my skin's really warm. The product gets warm, so it's a little bit more blendable. So I just use a small angle brush. Okay, I'm happy with that. Oh, also, I do this, and I usually do this now, and I forgot. This is my favorite mole. Because it's covered up slightly, you can still see it, I just take an eyebrow pencil and just go over it, and then there's one over here. Just like, let's come back out. They're too small, like take a Q-tip too. So I could like stop here, and I feel like I look really just like, for the most part, natural, with the exception maybe of the eyebrows. So I'm just gonna kind of go a little bit further because, like I said, this is my everyday makeup. This would be something that would be great for like maybe running like an errand or going to like the pool or something, where I'm like, it's like a no makeup right now. But we're gonna go in a little bit more. So my eyeshadow and my lips are where I can toggle between what like I want to do. I'm not going to use this today, but I love these products, so I just want to like mention them because sometimes I use them on my everyday makeups. This is the liquid metallic eyeshadow by e.l.f. I have like a pinky color, this gold color, and like more of like a deep brown. I'm obsessed with those. You can use them as highlighters, you can use them as inner corner highlighters, you can use them on your eyelid in general. But to keep it like real simple, this is my brush I use religiously. I don't know if no, it's not gonna focus. Yeah, whatever. I got this in this palette, I think. It's the Sigma Untamed palette. I love this. It's a bad bitch palette. This is when I want to do like some colors though. Ooh, it almost did. This is when I want to do like a little bit fun, deeper, moody looks. But there is a specific color in here I like because it's a cool tone brown. It is the Loyal color right here. I'm just going to use the fluffy side, and I'm going to actually just go right on my eyelid. Just kind of add some depth and dimension back to my skin, and then I'm just going to fluff it out. Same thing on this side. Sorry if you can hear me breathing. I have asthma. I have such a heavy breath. I just like this like a really like muted natural color. I'm gonna go under my eyes as well. Oh my God. Ignore that I just poked my eye because I wasn't looking. Like honestly, I can put my whole finger in my eye and let it like stay there. It doesn't bother me, but that was a little embarrassing. So that's where I'm at with this. I am going to do like a little bit of a different makeup later tonight for what I'm doing and where I'm going. So I'm just gonna keep this like this. Sometimes if I'm like wanting just like a little bit extra, I'll add a little bit of a black shadow and I'll use this tighter lined one and I'll actually start winging it out. I can do that with the brown as well. Actually, I think I'm gonna do that with the brown just to show you, and I don't think it'll ruin my makeup plans for tonight. I need a new palette, but this is the Sting color from the Urban Decay. It's a little bit warmer, but I'm gonna use it literally just on my lash line. Blend it towards the front, and I'm just basically creating like a wing without doing a whole wing with liquid eyeliner. Before I really blend it, I'm gonna do the other side. Like, my skin never changes on my everyday makeup, but sometimes I might switch up the colors or the shadow itself, just depending on like my outfit, like the vibe of the evening. So I'll take this fluffy side again and then just literally start blending that out. Boom. I'm gonna take some eyeliner and I am going to do my top waterline and a little bit of my bottom, but just really like the outside corner. Like that'll probably gross people out. I'm like touching my eyeball. I feel like the eyeliner just like intensifies the color of my eyes a little bit more. Dude, I got like a little like hair somewhere right here. It's like embedded in with my foundation. So, okay, I'm going to, I think, just finish with my eye. I'm still gonna do a little bit more, but I'm going to use an eyelash curler. I used to love fake lashes and I used to love lash extensions, still do, but it's just not manageable for me right now. It's expensive for me, and it's like I'd rather get my nails done or my toes done or like tan or something, or do like a gym training session than eyelashes. So it's just not something that's like high up on my list. As far as the actual glue-ons, I use those when I want a little bit of a lash, but again, not sustainable for quick everyday makeup. Mascara I'm using is e.l.f. Big Mood. Not a big fan of this. I think this is something I will probably transition out of. I mean, my favorite mascara, which I think a lot of people are a lover of this, maybe it's out of style now, but it's the Better Than Sex by Too Faced, I think. This just gets on my eyelid so easy. Like, no matter how careful I try to be with this. It's definitely because the brush is just so big. And dries it out a little bit. Yeah, I gotta clean up under my eye because I'm so far away from my mirror. Pro tip, wear pajamas when you're doing your makeup, because then you can just wipe all your fucking shit on your pajamas. Pants are napkins. I stand by that statement. Someone who's such a clean freak, it's so funny that I will wipe my hands on my pants. Especially like a good denim. Not only like Cheeto fingers, but like, so yeah, I just need a little wipe. Need a little wipe my hands. God, I would be so gentle because I don't want this everywhere. Maybe honestly, like closer with this camera. Nope, can't see that as well. I mean, when it's like a fresh new tube, it's such a like beautiful like formula, but it dries out after a little bit too. It dries out faster than I would like it to. Same thing. Gotta go back in a little bit. No. God damn it. Boom. Okay, so the last thing I'm gonna do really for my skin. So this is where I'm just like at now. I am gonna use just a few more products. So that really being just some bronzer. I do like cool tones, okay? But bronzer, like I wanna look tan. I'm using the NARS in Laguna, their bronzer, just using a fluffy brush. I kind of go, I'm not gonna lie, I go a little bit harder than I probably need to with the bronzer. It's kind of like a messy makeup too, but I'm totally fine with that because it has worked for me. I like the way it looks. Definitely on my forehead. I feel like I have kind of a big forehead. It's just not the best shape. I might have gone too hard. That's fine. I'm not editing this, so I'm making stupid fucking faces and I'm gonna be mad at myself later. And then highlighter wise, again, when we're transitioning into like these like liquids, I cannot find a good powder highlighter that I like, love. This is the closest I can get to it. I used the Becca brand religiously. RIP to the Becca brand, and I loved their highlighters, but I just cannot get it. I cannot find a good highlighter to blend on my skin well. So this is my preferred method, is the powder. I feel like I have way more control over a powder than a liquid when it comes to highlighter. And I love this specific highlighter from Sephora because it has such a nice, it's like not too bright, it's not too warm, it's not too in your face, it's just got like a little bit of a natural glow to it. So I can add more if I want. I'm just gonna use the excess and actually go under my brow. And I'm gonna use the same thing to do my inner eye. Just gonna use a little bitty fluffy brush and just hit that inner corner. And I'm gonna go ahead and set it with the all-nighter again. I'm covering my bangs because I have naturally really curly hair and my bangs get super curly and frizzy first. So putting like a liquid on it is not gonna help me keep it straight. While it's drying, my lips are another thing I toggle. I'm gonna switch the lips right after I film this for a different like video or whatever, get ready with me. And it's gonna be red. So that is not something I wear every day. However, I know I gotta fix my hair, sorry. This is my favorite combination that I've been able to find. My lips are already moisturized. I put some Laneige on before I filmed this. This combination is my favorite. I need to get another tube of this. This is a very cool tone brown combo. This is the Sephora lipstick in, I don't even know if that's technically the shade because the writing on here is so small. Holy crap. I don't even know the number to this. It's just, I don't think that's the number of the, yeah, like I'm out. This is my everyday. I don't need like a liner. I can stop here, but most of the time I add a gloss over that, and it is the Fenty Beauty in Cocoa Drizzle. It is a fairly dark brown. That is usually the combination. That's usually my go-to, which is why I'm out of almost both of those at this point. So this is that, I mean, that's it. This is the end of the video. This is my everyday makeup, my everyday mom makeup. I feel like it's pretty like dewy and fresh without being like too over the top. I feel like I could go just about anywhere in this makeup. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please leave a comment and I can answer to the best of my ability. I'm excited to do a couple more makeup videos. I might do a full coverage one with maybe like, I do like, other than this makeup, I do my like punk rock kind of more like deep and dark makeup that I also is a go-to, but that's a little bit more time consuming. So this is just easy, and we're at 36 minutes now, but again, it's typically around 20 minutes, if not under that, for me to do this without talking, without explaining the products, without doing an intro and an outro. So I'm a big fan. I hope you guys like it. I think it's cute. And I will see you guys in the next video.